You're listening to Fathers Handling Business, where fatherhood meets real talk and real solutions. Here are your hosts, Cali and Donté, ready to dive deep into the art and science of parenting. Let's get started and empower the dad in you.
Yes, I am the mother who is not allowing her daughter to go to Disneyland unless her father's side of the family takes the rest of the kids. I have 6 kids total, 4 different fathers, okay? My daughter was invited to Disneyland by her father's side of the family. Now, her father was once the rest of the kids' stepfather, okay? These kids called him dad at one point in their life. He invited my daughter to go to Disneyland. I told him, you are taking the other 5 kids or she is not going. There's no possible way I am going to allow one of my children to go to Disneyland. Could you imagine being 10 years old, seeing your sister pack to go to Disneyland and the rest of the kids can't go? Just because I made poor choices, I am not going to punish my children for those poor choices. You can hate on me. It don't matter to me. My daughter is not going to Disneyland unless her father takes the rest of the kids. Period.
Well,
all righty then. Thoughts?
we got a good one on our hands today.
Thoughts? So let me just do a quick recap before you respond. So we have a mother. She was Caucasian?
She was.
Okay. That doesn't matter, but it is what it is. Mother, 6 kids, 4 fathers. Okay, so that's what, 1.2?
Yeah.
No, I was playing. I'm not good at math. But 6 kids, 4 fathers. So one of the father's kids, I'm assuming he has one.
So the last baby daddy.
The last baby daddy, I'm assuming he has one daughter with her, right? And so he was the stepfather to the other 5 kids.
Correct. All 5 of them once called, all 6 of them once called them dad.
Correct. So now we have a situation where they're no longer together. Now he wants to take his daughter, his only biological daughter, to Disneyland with his family.
Right.
Okay. And she's like, no, you need to take the other 5. Now, I just asked ChatGPT a really quick question. How much does one ticket at Disneyland cost? Okay. And as of October 2024, prices range from $104 on a low demand day, because Disneyland has peak days and low demand days.
Right.
So basically, low demand days are like somewhere like a snowy Tuesday in February or something.
Yeah. Or I mean, it's just like your weekday. Low demand is like your weekday.
No, not necessarily. Depending on this, like the summertime is all demand.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
high
that's
demand.
true.
Christmas time is high demand. Thanksgiving time is high demand.
All the holidays are high demand.
Holidays.
Even Halloween.
Yeah, I was about to say Halloween. So maybe like a fall Tuesday in September is a low demand day. So let's just go with that, right? And then 206 on peak days, right? Okay. Let's just say that they're not. Did she say Disneyland or Disney World? I don't remember.
Disneyland.
So let's just assume that they are California residents. Let's just say that. Even though she said they have to pack to go to Disneyland, so that means that they're going.
Well, I mean, she's probably staying overnight. She's probably staying overnight.
Okay, but if you're a Southern California resident, you have you can get tickets as low as $67, maybe.
Let's just call it 100.
And let's just call it 100 because we're not even talking about parking.
Yeah, let's call it 100 even.
We're not talking about parking.
Per ticket.
We're not talking about parking. We're not talking about eating.
Right.
Okay? So when you go to Disneyland, I don't know if you've ever been to a theme park, which I hope you have.
Yes.
Have you? When the last time you've been to Disneyland?
The last time I've been to Disneyland.
Have you taken your kids to Disneyland?
Yes, I have.
And how much money did you spend approximately for 2 kids?
I think I try to block it out.
It was easily a grand.
It was something ridiculous.
It was something ridiculous. So we're talking about the happiest place on earth is what they call it, right?
For some people,
For
not for
some
me.
people, not for me either, and definitely not for parents on a budget. So let's just call it 100 to keep it round numbers. So he's paying 100. So now you want me to pay 5 extra 100. We're just talking about to get into the park.
Yes.
We're not talking about parking. We're not talking about getting there. We're not talking about. You know how big of a car you have to have for 5 kids?
I was just about to say, if
that's probably
he were
a whole
to take
extra car.
all the kids, he would have to take another car, or he would have to rent an SUV.
Rent a van or SUV because you're taking 5 extra bodies. I don't care how big or little they are. They all have to have seats and seat belts. So you have to have 5 extra seats, right? And she said, take them with his family. So that means that it's not just him taking his daughter. That means that there's a whole family event going on. So that means extra cars, extra hotel rooms, extra food for 5 kids.
Yeah.
So you want him to spend not only $500 extra dollars, but probably $500 more dollars just to feed them.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you're gonna eat at the park, then you're gonna be each kid is a minimum $100.
Exactly, but let's just say that he's being extra. He's extra prepared. He's extra frugal, and he meal preps before they go into Disneyland, which no parent does. Like, I mean, some do.
I do,
but some do. But let's just say he's the best parent ever, and he's meal prepping. You know what I'm saying, for all these 5 kids, so they have and they have snacks. Even amount of even just going to Costco and getting all that food, that's an extra what, $200, $300
for 5. Yeah, so
for
let's say
5 kids all day.
Let's say they all eat before they get into the park, so you're saving money there, right? Depending on what you do for food wise.
But you still had to pay for the food.
Yeah,
it's not
then
Disneyland prices.
You pack a lunch, right?
Okay,
like we're talking about like turkey sandwich, some grapes, and whatever.
Okay.
Then Chef Tay mode.
Chef Tay. Okay. I forgot to tell y'all this man is a world class gourmet chef. He cooks for us every week in our men's group, and it's delicious. Y'all should be jealous. But anyway, go ahead, Chef Tay.
So then you got your snacks, like you said.
Okay.
So you're packing snacks.
Okay.
And it'll be very difficult and very intentional for him to pack dinner if they're staying for the whole day.
Right.
But if he did, I mean, he's gonna save a lot of money. But
and this is assuming most
likely, I'm just gonna say, on a really good day, you have breakfast before you got into the park. You pack lunches and snacks for them, and if you're still there, you're gonna have to buy something to eat. You know what I'm saying, for dinner.
Correct. And we're not even talking about. These are kids, so they're gonna want to do all of these extra things that cost.
They're gonna want stuff. Yeah, and not saying that he has to buy anything.
Not saying that he has to buy anything, but 5 kids all day and not spending any more money at Disneyland is hard.
Yeah, and then who's watching all the kids? You only got 2 hands and 2 feet.
We're assuming that he's going with multiple people because it said his family.
I understand that, but is it their responsibility?
Exactly.
He's responsible for the 6 total kids.
This is true. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. She said, just because I made poor decisions,
I'm not going to make my kids suffer.
But you're making your kids suffer because of your poor decisions.
Yeah, you're making one of your kids suffer.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what do you mean? Like, so I've always hated this. And I know hate is a strong word, but why do we feel like because one kid has it, all the other kids are supposed to have it?
In terms of?
Anything. Like what my ex-wife used to do was grind my gears because they're only 2 years apart, some change apart, right? So when one person had a birthday, the other person had to get a gift too. And I'm like,
wait, what?
Exactly. I'm like, this is dumb.
Whoa, back up. On one child's birthday.
On one child's birthday.
The other child gets a birthday present?
He gets something. He gets something because it's not fair, quote unquote fair, that so and so that this child gets a gift, but this other child doesn't get a gift. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like that's how it works. Like that's life. Like not everybody gets the same thing just because somebody's celebrating.
I ain't never heard of that in my life.
Oh man, I've heard of that a lot, and a lot of
What?
parents do that to where, if one gets it, then the other one has to get it.
No.
If he gets it, then she has to get it.
What?
Yeah, that's
like
what
for
this lady's.
birthdays. For birthdays.
Yes, yes. A lot of parents do this. Well, I've seen this a lot in parenting and with people and just in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if Johnny gets it, then Jill has to get it too. You know what I'm saying?
I noticed
like,
the names you used.
but I'm speaking of even in our culture, I've seen that a lot.
Man.
Where it's trying to make everything fair. So this is what this lady is essentially saying, because one kid gets this, right? Then everybody has to get it. I don't care. I get what she's saying. Like, he called her stepfather or whatever. Well, he could take him to Denny's on the Kids Eat Free Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? how you think I know about that? Ooh, buddy. But anyway.
All the kids eat free?
Yeah, on Tuesdays.
Oh, man.
It's just, you got to buy your meal, but the kids eat free.
12 and under, right?
12 and under.
What?
Yeah, I used to run that play.
Man,
all
why
the
you
time.
just not telling me about this hack?
My bad, bro. My bad. I used to run that play. But anyway, you can do something like that, but she has to understand that just because you made the poor decision, now you are making more poor decisions by keeping him from experiencing his child.
Yeah.
Right? Like that should be a bonding experience between father and daughter. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think, and I hear her point to an extent.
What's the point?
Her point is this, and it's a little bit about what you just said. It's and I don't see it as terms of like gifts per se. I see it as terms of like
Disneyland is a gift,
an experience. Bro. So I feel like she's seeing it in terms of like, oh, like only one of my children gets to experience Disneyland while the other 5 get to sit at home and not experience it.
Yeah. That's how life works.
So, and I guess like, so let's use this as an example. Let's say it was just one other kid. Would it be like crazy for her to ask like, well, will you take this child since this child won't feel left out?
If it was one other kid, I see how it could be a little bit more reasonable, but I still would hold the same stance. Like, no, if this is not my kid and I want to take my daughter, right, and have this experience with my daughter, what if the other kid was a son? Like, I don't want to have this experience with you right now. You know what I'm saying? I want to have this experience with my daughter. We have some daddy-daughter time alone together, and we have this experience of me and you, right? Like with my oldest son, like he had like 5 other siblings or whatever. Like I never took them anywhere.
Yeah, but you think this man will go and take the other 5 kids on some type of experience?
Well, we don't know that. Like that's neither here nor there. Like I can't speak for, like, we don't know that. We do know that he had one daughter with her.
Yes.
And that's who he is responsible for. He's not responsible for these other kids.
This
I don't
is
care
true.
if they called him daddy, stepdad, or not. He's not responsible for those other kids. He didn't adopt them. You know what I'm saying? And he can give them happy birthdays and a birthday card, or they can have a different experience. Right?
Yeah,
But for him to have an experience with his own daughter, his flesh and blood daughter, I feel like she's trying to rob him of that experience, and it is very, and I hate to use the word unfair, but it's a poor choice. She made poor choices, and she's still making poor choices, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I wish this was live so we can and we have callers calling in or whatever.
So we could ask her questions, so we can call her up and be like,
Bro.
"Excuse me, ma'am. Like, what are you thinking here?"
Well, honestly, like, I mean, she said what she was thinking and what she was feeling, but I want to hear from other people.
But what is the lesson that you're teaching here? What is the lesson? Because your kids see, because your kids see their sister packing to go to Disneyland, right? Then that should be motivation for you to get your bread up so you can take your other kids to Disneyland. Like, what is the lesson that she's trying to teach her kids by not allowing her daughter to have this experience?
Well, I don't think the kids are going to learn any lesson at this point.
They're just gonna be mad.
They're going to be mad.
All of them.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing here is that not only are you disappointing the rest of the kids, you're disappointing the daughter that has a free ticket to Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? Like she's going to have that animosity towards her mom. She's quietly creating a beast.
Here's the thing: she might have animosity towards both of her parents, because look, she might see like, oh, like, well, my dad wanted to take me to Disneyland, but he can't because he can't take all of us. Like, and depending on how old she is, whether or not she knows how money works, because my daughter don't know how money works. Mm-hmm. She really don't.
Right. But your daughter's what, 9?
She's 9, and I feel like she don't understand the concept of money yet.
Okay. I get that.
And so she might think like, well, why can't he just take all of us?
Right.
And then resent him for that. And it's not his fault.
Right.
So
yeah, so I mean, either way, I feel like she's quietly creating the girl's villain arc, as they say. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how villains are created. Yeah. You know? I don't know. But that's my take. That's a horrible decision. Like, you just can't shield them because of what you decided. Like, y'all decided to have kids. Y'all decided to get divorced. And now he's trying to do something. I don't even know if they was married. No, she said she called him stepfather. They called him dad. I guess that don't mean anything. I guess that don't mean anything. But y'all decided to split up, right? Yeah. But I do commend her for admitting that she made poor decisions.
Yeah. I mean, I think she can see that now, right? But it's like after 4 different baby dads, it's like what is your objective when you link up with a dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to get pregnant? Are you trying to like have someone just take care of you and your kids? Like,
hey man, it's a spirit. It's a spirit. I have a client that has the same type of situation. Like, I've known this client for many, many years, and she's gone through 4 or 5 divorces over the 15, 20 years that I've known her. Man. You know, and 8 kids, that kind of thing. So that's just a spirit that it's just a spirit, man, that's out there, and it's real.
But I mean, like, when you say spirit, like in terms of
because I can only speak for because I know this person personally. Mm-hmm. And so I know that that's not their intent when they go into it to, 1, get pregnant, and then 2, get a divorce.
It's not?
It's not
they've
their
been married how many times?
4.
Married 4 different times.
Right.
Dang.
No.
5.
Yes.
You said 4
divorced 4 different times. So yes, married and divorced 4 different times.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And then 8 kids from that. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a spirit that, and like I said, I don't know this young lady from that clip, but it sounds like the same spirit is on her. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, I don't think they go into it like I'm about to get divorced, like I'm only with you for whatever. But spirit of discernment.
All right, so let me pose this question.
Okay.
Let's put ourselves in this father's shoes. And you're wanting to take your daughter to Disneyland.
Okay.
and you're met with resistance
Okay.
because the mother of your child wants you to take the other 5 kids.
Okay.
What would you do? What would you say? How would you handle this situation?
I I think that this is the only way to handle this situation would be with the court, because she shouldn't be able to legally tell me what to do with my daughter when she's with me,
This is true.
right? So if I shouldn't even have to tell her where I'm taking my daughter
During your time.
during my time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Maybe she's young, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's out of state because packing, you know what I'm saying? She's talking about packing. Maybe they're in Arizona or, you know what I'm saying, somewhere close to the West Coast to where they're going to Disneyland, where they have to fly to Disneyland, maybe 6-8 hour drive to Disneyland, something like that. You know, it's different if it's in California and I can just, you know, bring them back the same day.
Right.
But if they have to pack and, you know, and be gone for some time, then, you know, if you got to take them out of state, then you got to let them know all that kind of good stuff. But like I said, that would be the only recourse is to go through the courts. And, you know, when I have my time, it's my time and I can take her wherever I want to take her.
Right.
You know, as long as I'm not putting her in danger. So that would be my recourse. Like I said, with my oldest son, I used to come get him all the time and take him fun places. I didn't take the rest of the kids. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with the rest of the kids, but like his mother understood that I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, take these kids or my kid. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
so you're saying you took your son, but not.
The rest of her kids, no.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you've been in this situation before.
I've been in this exact situation, but and she has a older child, and the older child didn't call me stepdad or nothing like that. But you know, we had a good relationship,
Right.
You know what I'm saying, before my son was born, and I still didn't like pick her up and take her with us,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would pick him up, you know what I'm saying, and take him and my other 2 kids, and we go to SeaWorld or Busch Gardens or whatever wherever we went.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Water parks and all that kind of stuff. But that's who I was responsible for. I'm not
Right.
responsible for the other kids and your other decisions. I didn't have anything to do with those other decisions. So you have to take care of them. If they, you know, come back and, you know, he used to come back with prizes and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we'd be gone for a couple days sometimes and he'd come back with all type of stuff, new shoes, new clothes, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, as his father, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to take
Right.
care of my child.
So when that happened, I'm glad you're sharing this because I had no clue. So when that happened, what type of response was there? Or do you not know because you weren't in the house?
No, I used to be in the house. I used to come in the house, say what's up to all the kids.
Uh-huh.
I even, when I learned how to cut, I used to cut some of her kids' hair,
Okay.
right? So I was cool with the kids. They just say, hey, that's DJ's dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. So there was an understanding.
There was an understanding. Like, there was no animosity. There was no, oh, how come he gets to go and I don't go? Like,
Right.
Like if you set that precedence,
They just knew like, oh, that's
DJ's
That's
dad, and
DJ's dad.
he's taking them, and you know we don't even know where he's going. Like it wasn't no announcement, like yo, I'm about to take him to XYZ or something like that,
Right.
or you know, and if I was going somewhere, I would say like, yeah, we about to go. She's like, oh, where you guys going? Oh, we're going to so and so, going to Busch Gardens. Oh, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that was a conversation.
Yeah.
It wasn't, how come you're not taking the rest of my kids? How come they go? You know what I'm saying? Like no, like they have it's 4 different fathers. How come you're not getting with the other fathers
Yeah.
to take them somewhere?
Right.
You know, in my situation, she had, I think, 3 different other fathers as well.
Okay.
And so, you know, some of them were doing what they were supposed to do and others weren't, you know? And so, excuse me. And so I think she more appreciated that I was doing what I was supposed to do, you
Right.
know, because she had different examples of her baby fathers who weren't.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
I wonder if this mother in the clip had fathers that were doing what they were supposed to be doing.
What, taking the other 5 kids?
Yeah, no, not that. Like just taking their kids in general, like and developing the relationship like this one father was trying to do with his daughter.
Correct. I mean, and I know that is a point of animosity. I can tell you that from my own experience. Like I had to prove that I was going to do what I said I was going to do and show up and and pay for things and just be there.
Right.
Just be a father. Because the other ones in her experience did not do what they said that they were going to do, and she had the older child who it was the classic, oh, I'm gonna come pick you up, and he never showed up type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Like it was literally that. And so I was like, well, I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not gonna be there, if I can't be there, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm gonna be there, like I'm showing up. But I also had to prove that.
Right.
And once I did, like I said, by the time he was a certain age, like there was no questions. There was no, how come you're not taking this person or that person? It was, we love DJ's dad. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how the other kids were. You know what I'm saying? They were cool with me. So, but let's switch gears a little bit. How was your weekend, sir?
Switching gears, my weekend was great. I mean, we had my annual March Madness guys trip. So,
which I wasn't invited. I just wanted to put that out there. Go ahead.
It started off. We were trying to figure this out this past weekend. It started off, I think, either in '04 or '05.
Oh, nice.
And so we've been doing it for roughly pretty much 20 years.
20 years, yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
And it started off in Vegas. So
okay, yeah.
The crazy part was we started off in Vegas. We would camp out in Aria, right outside the sports book. And we would
wait. Okay, back up.
Yes.
You said camp out, so I'm thinking camping out, but you're just talking about sitting in the casino in the sports book area.
Sitting in the casino, and we get in line like at 2 a.m.
Get in line for what?
To get a seat at the sports book. So this was before.
This was really before that cracking. Like so, just to let you know, like I don't know anything about college basketball. Like I love basketball, but I intentionally disassociate myself with college. Okay. Because it's too much for me to try to keep up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know everything about the NBA. I know everybody who's coming in. I'll watch the tournament when it comes on, the end of the tournament usually, because usually I'm like, okay, those are going to be the players that may be in the next phase. Yeah. But other than that, like, I don't know nothing about betting. Like, I don't bet. I don't do brackets. I don't know who's a good team. Like, I know Duke. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not into college basketball, and I never have. Yeah. So this is all like brand new to me. You're saying that you were standing in line at 2 a.m.?
2 a.m.
For what?
For them to open up the sports book at 8 a.m.
And what's the sports book?
The sports book is a place where you go and watch all the games. It has all the TVs, like a bunch of big TVs, small TVs, and that's where you could also go and place your bets.
Okay. So are there like tables? Is it couches?
There's both couches and tables.
And what do y'all usually get?
So during that time, this was probably like maybe 18 years ago. I think the first 2 years we were watching it at like the New Orleans or something.
Okay.
I know we did 1 year at least. Then we found Aria, and then they would open up the stanchions, and then you would have to run to go grab because mind you, like, we don't leave the area.
So you're there all day long?
We're there into the very last game.
Are you kidding me?
Kid you not. And this is like, this starts on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. We get there Wednesday, and then we're there until Sunday.
So wait, you're staying in that same spot from Wednesday to Sunday? No. They open it up every morning?
They open it up every morning.
So you're there from 2 a.m. till what, 9 p.m. at night?
Probably like at 10 at night.
10 at night, and then you go to your room?
Yep.
And then wake up at 1 a.m. to get there at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, and our room is not at the Aria. We've never stayed at the Aria. It's always been like a house that we rented.
Yo, that's nuts.
Yeah.
diagnosed ADD would not let me sit in one place
Yeah.
from 2 a.m. till 10 p.m. at night. There's no way I could sit there.
It got
as
so
much
it got
as
big.
I love basketball, it's no way.
Check this out. It got big. So we were doing this year after year. We would meet. We met people from Minnesota. We met people from Arizona, Boston, Wisconsin. Like same group of people, same group of guys. We became friends with some of them.
Yeah.
And then they started charging. They started
To
charging
get into the
to get a table with the same things that we were getting for free because we would just, I mean,
well, yeah, that's
we
how
paid
Vegas
for it
was.
in lack of sleep, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like we would I would run, I would hurdle over like couches and tables, jumping over like walls to get our
This is
spot.
Fascinating.
And then we would just turn all the seats toward, and we would have like a whole section that now would be like $5,000 to have.
What?
Yes. So
Wow.
the experience is completely different in Vegas now. You have to pay for everything.
You gotta pay for everything. You
You
used to didn't have to pay for valet parking. I used to valet park everywhere.
Yeah,
in
you just
Vegas.
pay for it. You can give 'em a
You
tip
just
or
give them a tip. Give them $5. Here you go, my brother. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And have my car pulling up. Wow. But so this is fascinating.
Yeah.
Because
So 3 years. I want to say like 3 years ago we stopped going to Vegas.
Okay,
It was like,
okay.
you know what? This is too
crazy.
much.
Right.
So now we the last few years we've just been renting a house like Palm Springs. This time it was in Valley Center, like 30 minutes north of Gaslamp District. So on your way to San Diego.
Okay.
So we used to get we got this year we got a big house. It had an indoor pool,
Okay.
Cornhole.
Indoor pool?
Indoor pool.
That's hard.
2 barbecue grills, like game, like they had a basement with a game room, like arcade games, Xbox, poker room.
Did y'all use any of that stuff, or
Yeah,
you were
we used the
only
video
just,
games.
Okay. But you were
we
mostly
used-
watching the games.
We played poker. Yeah, I mean after
okay.
the games were over, then
Okay.
yeah. And they did it kind of nice this year as far as like scheduling the games out. They didn't have all of them on top of each other. It was kind of spread out. It was kind of nice.
Okay.
We got out in the sun, played some cornhole. We didn't hit the indoor pool. We didn't hit that. But,
Okay.
we pretty much did everything. A lot of ping pong games.
And you was out there chefing it up.
I was chefing breakfast, lunch, dinner.
This man ran down the whole menu to me before we started recording. I was like, good googly moogly.
Yeah. So I definitely need to take a step back from the food.
Yeah, you need to fast for a whole week, man.
You know
Get
what
that
I'm saying?
up out of you. You
Yes.
know, you was up there eating good, eating like a king, huh?
Eating like a king.
Man, that's what's up, man. So good weekend for you. What'd you think of the tournament?
I mean, I feel like there's some upsets, and then there's like
Yeah,
I
Clemson.
feel
I saw Clemson.
yeah, the Clemson, McNeese. It's always going to be. That's why they call it March Madness. There's always going to be some craziness happening.
Correct.
Yeah, so
Correct.
it's just a good trip to go on for the fellas to get together and
Right.
just enjoy like basketball, like lots and lots of basketball.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. I think that is important for us men to get together and just, fellowship and, be around each other and away from the busyness of life and, together for basketball, which is cool, you
Right.
know. But I've never been one to be, I don't know. I can't sit there for that many hours. I just can't. Like I was watching some of the games, over the weekend, and I would just tune in, and I would try to catch the last maybe 4 or 5 minutes in the second quarter of
Right.
every game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's about all I can do. And I'm like, okay, you can kind of see who's nice, who's not nice. You know what I'm saying? See people who are nervous.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You can tell the cats who are nervous and making mistakes and all that kind of stuff. We even flipped through a few of the girls' games.
that's what we didn't. I wanted to watch the girls. I wanted to. Man, I love me some Juju Watkins.
Right. And I think she got hurt.
Did she?
Yeah, like she was limping.
Oh no.
Like she came in and knocked down a 3 and was limping. And I was like, wait, what? I think Cooper Flagg is hurt too.
No, he played though.
Oh, you played?
Yeah, he played.
Okay. But yeah, it seems like a great thing. The girls still frustrate me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
There's some good ones out there though, man.
No. It's some good ones, and they're getting better as the years go. But it's still UConn still blew somebody out by like 30 points. Like I saw a bunch of like 30-point blowouts.
Like Notre Dame. You got your teams that are going to go far. You got your UCLA, USC. You got your UConn. You got your Notre Dame. You got your LSU. You got your South Carolina.
Yeah.
And who am I missing? Am I missing anybody else?
Is Indiana still good after Caitlin Clark left?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You mean Iowa?
Iowa, yes. Yeah. But yeah, they frustrate me. Not gonna lie. Just with like the layups over the basket, and I saw, and you know what frustrates me too, and I saw this in the men's game more than anything, is that they're passing up open twos for a contested three.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Am I tripping? When I was watching the games, I was like, why are you, like, bro had a step back in rhythm two and then pass it out to somebody who had a contested three. And I saw that over and over. That's
some coach's philosophy. So that we played against this school when I was playing D3. And we played against Redlands.
Light flex, okay.
No flexing. That's why I mentioned D3. It wasn't D1.
D3.
All right. So Redlands University.
Okay.
They had this coach. His philosophy was always pass up the two for the three.
Really?
Yeah. So they would have their subs ready because they were running and gunning.
Okay.
And their scores would be like 140, 170. Like they would literally have a wide open layup and then throw it out to the corner because there's a dude at the three. Like, give me the Brock.
Right.
So it's like it's a shooter's dream to play in that type of environment and have that coach with that type of philosophy. But I mean,
it just makes the game look weird to me.
Kinda. I mean, it is kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying. And one thing that stuck out to me from watching, other than that, was I heard this argument about suits versus joggers. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, when we're talking about being a coach, you're basically a father figure.
You mean wearing suits, like on the sideline?
Correct.
Versus like for the coaches?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. You're
basically a father figure, correct? You're a leader of men.
Right.
Okay? And I've seen this argument, and I've heard this argument about coaches wearing the suits, right, versus the coaches that wear like the warmups,
right?
You know, that look nice. To me, I'm like, why wear a suit if you can wear the warmup, right? But then we had the Rick Pitino versus Calipari game, and they're both in suits.
Yeah, they old school.
Yeah. Right? They old school. Like the Rick Pitino, I saw his whole staff, and they look mad uncomfortable on the bench, bro.
It's just a way. It's just the Pitino way, the Calipari way. That's how they're gonna dress.
Right. And so what do you think about that? What do you think about, like, as leaders of men, like, you know, how you dress and how you present is very important. And I agree with that 100%. Like, how you present yourself, just in general, is very important. So, but do we need to have, does that need to be the standard, right? Wearing a suit, right? Even with the Zelensky Trump thing, there was a big thing like, how come you're not wearing a suit in the White House? And, you know, but then Elon Musk came into the White House with no suit on. But, you know.
No, so here's the thing. I don't think you need to wear a suit. And here's why. Like, you got to think about this generation. And I think that the first, you know, to do it was the NBA. The NBA kind of did away with players having to wear a suit under David Stern.
Yeah.
And now Adam Silver came in and he was like, no, express yourself, be yourself. And that's why you get all these NBA players expressing themselves through clothing, through fashion, right? Okay. I think with coaching, it kind of brings them to a level of being a down-to-earth coach and being relatable to the players, in addition to being comfortable on the sideline. You know what I mean?
Right. And I know that only came in because of 2020. Like, we all went from wearing jeans to joggers.
I mean, for sure. Everybody's at home.
Yeah,
and nobody's
exactly.
wearing nobody. And if you were one of the very few people who was wearing a suit at their Zoom. At least on the bottom part. We know you had some.
When I had to
on.
start, when I wore jeans again, like, they felt so uncomfortable, so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yo, why am I in this? Like, and now, even when I wear slacks, I went and found the slacks that look like slacks, but they have the elastic band. And they feel like joggers.
Like joggers?
They feel like joggers, but they look like slacks. If you're just looking at it, they have a crease in them and everything.
You know that my daughter refused to wear jeans until this year?
Oh, wow.
Would not put on a pair of jeans. If the jeans had to be jogger material or spandex material, but look like jeans. They had those.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I had a pair of those too.
Yeah, she would not wear jeans at all.
Wow.
Didn't like the material, didn't like the way it restricted her.
Wow. So is it because of the era? Now back to my question about, as leaders of men, and presenting yourself in a specific way. Obviously, they're old school. Rick Pitino's, he's old school, right? And I don't know if I saw any. I may have seen like one other coach that had on a suit, and I think he just had on like a sports jacket and pants.
Right.
But everybody else had on the sweatsuits, right?
Right.
So, are we moving to an era where that's no longer the norm, no longer the standard?
No, it's not. I mean, a lot of people just don't wear suits anymore. They just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you used to take a look at a lot of the awards. I mean, no, I take that back. At the awards, they do wear.
At awards, they wear suits. They wear tuxedos.
Yeah.
At a black tie event, people are wearing when we just watch the political stuff. They all wear suits.
I think it all depends on your job. Really.
But that's what I'm saying. Is the only job to where you have to wear a suit now? Because that used to be the standard professional clothing was wearing a suit and when I say suit, I'm talking about a suit jacket, like a blazer with slacks. You know what I'm saying? That's a suit to me, even if they don't match. But is that the standard? And since we're going away from that standard, does that mean anything as far as how you present yourself or how you're supposed to be presented or how you're looked at?
It all depends. For me, I think it all depends on the atmosphere, the situation, meaning job. So for instance, you're talking about basketball. Mm-hmm. No, they don't need to wear a suit.
Yeah, it looks it looked silly to me.
Yeah, if you're talking about New York Stock Exchange, if you're talking about Fortune 500 companies, if you're talking stuff like that, yeah, wear a suit because you're dealing with big money outside the athletics. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's big money in athletics.
That's what I'm saying.
They're probably making more money.
But I'm saying
than
outside. That's why I said dealing with big money outside athletics. So with athletics and big money, it's just a part of the business. Being comfortable.
Yeah.
Being athletic. I mean, you want to look more athletic than look like a box in a suit. You know what I'm saying?
I follow this account that's called NBA Cobwebs.
Oh,
and,
I just seen a clip from there too.
Yeah, and so I started following the account, looking at their videos, and they just play old clips. But everybody has suits on the sideline.
Oh yeah,
Steve
for
Kerr,
sure.
Eric Spoelstra, all of them. Has suits.
David Stern.
Yeah, but it looks silly now. And when I saw the Rick Pitino Calipari game and their whole bench of assistant coaches, they looked uncomfortable and they looked silly.
Yeah.
They look silly to me in suits, with hard bottoms, you know what I'm saying, trying to coach these kids that are out there in gym shoes and shorts.
Well, it looks really silly depending on what type of suit you got. Remember the Steve Harvey suits, man? Back in the day, the Steve
Harvey suits,
baggy Steve Harvey suits. I still got some of them. I need to get rid of those.
You still got some?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I need to.
I mean,
I don't wear them.
that was just the era. I feel like that was just, we was in our baggy era. And now that we're going back to the baggy era, oh, man, please, man, I hope that people start wearing baggy suits again just so I can laugh. Just so I
no.
can laugh.
No.
Because remember, that was the thing.
There was.
Baggy suits and gaiters. I mean, we are back. We are 20 years removed, so we're back into the baggy era.
It's
That's what
crazy to me.
The kids look crazy to me. Like, even the NBA stars, they look silly to me.
1,000%.
I'm sorry.
All right, so here's the thing. When I was at the Laker game last week, who was it on the side? Well, first of all,
Hold on.
JJ Redick.
Hold on. Time out. You see how Dante be trying to put in these little subtle flexes? Oh, you know, when I was at the Laker game last week, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to gloss over that. And when you say you was at the Laker game, let's put it into context. You was feet on the floor at the Laker game. Feet on the floor. You feet on the hardwood, I could trip a player. That's what you was on.
That's neither here nor there.
It's here and there. I just want y'all to know who you dealing with right now. You feet on the floor, I could trip a player. That's what he talking about. But go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Anyway,
go ahead.
Coach,
you was at the Laker
Coach
game.
JJ Redick.
And your homie, Coach JJ Redick. Go ahead.
Yeah. He said my homie. He didn't have a suit on. He had on.
Yeah, of course.
I want to say he had on some jeans, but he had on just a long sleeve Nike Lakers shirt.
Yeah, I mean, that's what all the coaches are wearing.
And the sleeves were rolled up. But then on the other side of the bench, what team they were playing? Oh, the Spurs. I forget who it was, but dude, and I seen Cat like this too.
Cat.
What's Cat on the?
Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah, Karl Anthony Towns. I seen Cat do this before too. Had this super flared pants, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
Why? First of all, why? You're like almost 7 feet tall.
No, he is 7 feet.
Stop it right now.
He's 7 feet.
Stop. Like, what in the samurai is going on over here?
He's definitely 7 feet.
And I seen another dude, and my homie I was with, he was like, why don't you get some pants like that? I'm like, absolutely not.
Bro, they taking it too far. I went to a show the other day, and this singer from The Voice was on there. And when I walked in and first saw him, I didn't know who he was, but I saw him with those, like you said, those bell bottom, he had the slacks, and they stopped at his ankles, so they didn't go past his shoes, but they were so wide, bro.
Nah, come on, man.
They was like the Liberty Bell he was wearing. I was like, that looks ridiculous.
And his foot was the bell.
Yeah, that just looks ridiculous. But he went up there, he did his thing. He's an awesome singer, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. But, like, that's just where we are right now in fashion. And when we were young, when I was in early 2000s, all I wanted was a Sean John suit with Reebok classics.
The jean suit?
The Sean John jean suit with the classics.
When I got it
3X. Now you see me. I can maybe fit mediums. Like, I'm the same size, bro. Like
3X.
Like, I was 147 pounds when I went into the military in 2001. I'm 150 pounds right now. I'm 155 pounds. So
that's a blessing. Y'all hear that?
I'm basically the same size that I was in 2001.
Dude gained 10 pounds in like 20 years.
Right. So I'm basically the same size. So imagine me with a 5X tee, 3X jean suit.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
I need to see pictures.
I don't know. I've been looking for pictures of that jean suit because I used to love that Sean John jean suit. I used to wear it. I used to be killing them.
Actually, we don't need no pictures of the Sean John one.
Well, I mean, it was what it was. Like, it was a jean suit. You know, it just was what it was. Rocker wearing Sean John was just what we wore back then. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh man.
But anyway, so they was probably looking at me like I was ridiculous. I know that when we go back and look at the Franchise Boys and, you know, Laffy Taffy videos and Walk It Out videos, we was probably looking ridiculous with the 5X tees.
Plain white tees, yeah.
Right? So this is in no way, you know,
wow.
I'm just calling it what it is. They probably called us ridiculous, and I know our parents was looking at us like, why do you have a 5X, bro?
Man.
And you wear
Pull your pants up.
Pull your pants up, all that. So I'm just in that phase now to where I look at it and I'm like, y'all look ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you know what? We probably look ridiculous in the early 2000s too, but, you know, I wasn't looking at me then.
I'm getting payback right now, bro.
Yeah.
My son had them. He had them MC Hammer parachute pants. I'm like, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
Parachute pants?
Bro, it ain't. You
like
already,
with the swishies?
No, not with the swishies.
Oh, okay, I'm about
but
to
you
say.
already know I'm like, bro, you ain't going nowhere with me looking like that. Like, nah. And I don't let them
Come
buy.
on,
I'm
Pops.
Like, nope.
Come on, Pops. It's
Nope.
all the fashion. It's what's going on now. You can't insert your own. I guess you can because you're the father.
Yeah,
now,
man.
the only thing that I can't get with is
Wearing pajamas outside?
wearing pajamas outside and the bonnets, especially
No
for
bonnets,
women or men.
no.
I don't care.
I don't
care.
even. Like, I can't even.
Outside.
I was always taught to never even wear anything on your head resembling, bonnets,
Something that you
do-rags.
would wear to bed.
Yes, like
You
no,
wear a bonnet to bed to keep your hair while you're asleep.
right?
Anything other than that that's not what it's for.
No,
it's
not
not
at all.
fashion, bro. Like it just looks dumb. It makes us look dumb.
It'd be driving me
It makes all of us
crazy when
look dumb.
NBA players wear do-rags, but I'm like, bro, you're on national TV. Take it off. Take it off. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, it drives me insane. But like, yeah.
Yes. But that's our old man get off my lawn, Stanley, you know what I'm saying, little rant right there. Like I said, when I was early 2000s, I was ridiculous as well. You know what I'm saying? I had the puffy coats. Like I have a picture of me holding my brand new baby boy in the hospital with a puffy jacket on.
Oh man.
Like full puffed out. You know what I'm saying? You remember them puffy jackets?
I still got one.
Yeah, like that's so. Yeah, fashion was what it was. A puffy jacket and a Rocawear headband. I had a Rocawear headband in the hospital.
We used to wear headbands all the time.
Yeah, for why?
It was the style.
Because we were ridiculous. So I have no problem with calling these kids ridiculous now. Y'all
Man.
look ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Wow. That's
But anyway,
wild.
it is what it is. Y'all do what y'all do. We appreciate y'all listening. This is Fathers Handling Business. 6 kids with 4 fathers is out of control. Poor choices. Don't do that to your kids. Let them have times with their parent, even if the other kids get jealous. Hey, that's a life lesson right there.
Yeah.
That's a life lesson. You know what I'm saying? Have the daughter go, and she could bring back some experiences to the other kids. She can bring back some gifts to the other kids.
What experience you gonna bring back? Hey man, y'all need to tell y'all dad to step up.
Y'all need to tell y'all pops to step up because this Disneyland is real life. It's real. It's fun. Look at these pictures, guys. Look at these. Look at this saber. I brought back this lightsaber.
Oh,
Here's
my
one for you,
goodness.
one for you. Like she could have brought back.
Oh man.
like,
This
gifts.
ride was this ride. You got to go on this ride when your dad gets his bread up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't deny that baby at Disneyland. Are you kidding me?
man.
I can't stand Disneyland, but
That's
I got my kids to
that's
go.
exactly what the mom was trying to avoid.
But that's inspiring. Like that's inspiring. That's not. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you would be sad, like don't put that on your kids. Like that's inspiring. Like oh man, I can't wait to go. When I grow up, that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
You know.
Hopefully it does inspire. Hopefully it does inspire the mom.
Hopefully it does, man. But it is what it is.
Get your chili up.
Which get your chili up. We gotta get your chili up. What does that mean?
Get your bread up.
Oh, your chili. I never heard that one before.
That's a little Kendrick.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't think I ever caught that. Get your chili up. All right. Well, I haven't really listened to the album like that for real, but it's neither here nor there. But all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all listening.
Fathers Handling Biz.
Fathers Handling Business. Another week down. Here we go.
Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you found our discussion enlightening and empowering as you navigate the rewarding journey of fatherhood. Don't forget to follow us on socials, join the conversation, and share your own experiences. We're here to support and inspire each other, one episode at a time. Until next time, keep empowering the dad in you.